So first of all, Happy New Year. How was 2025?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, I was at a wedding in Ireland actually, so had a lovely time with one of my old housemates getting married, and yeah, then straight on a plane over here.
Uh, you waited for a test win for more than a decade. How was it like to finally get it? What did it feel like for you?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing to get that test win in South Africa. Like you said, I think I've played 10 tests over 10 years and never been involved in a victory. And I think particularly the manner that we got it, it all just happened so fast. It looked like it was going to day 4 for a long time, and then pretty much a session and a half, we managed to bowl them out. And yeah, it was just an incredible feeling. That kind of team effort and everything that goes into Test match prep. I think yeah, it was a great feeling.
In terms of the pink ball test, how excited are you, especially to Melbourne hosting a game after God knows how long?
Yeah, I think it's like playing at the MCG is a
Yeah.
massive bucket list item, and then to tell me it's a test match is even better. And the pink ball kind of aspect adds, a whole new dimension. I think, we played back in 2017, and it was obviously quite an easy draw that game. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the pink ball goes. But getting to play at the MCG, I think, will be amazing, and I think it says a lot about how Cricket Australia view women's cricket to put it at such an iconic venue, and hopefully we get a really good crowd in, because it's certainly better when it's kind of half full at least.
Yeah, it just had a record crowd match there. Just in terms of the crowd support that you would want or expect, here for across formats as well. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, obviously cricket's like the national sport in Australia, so hopefully we'll get some really big crowds out, and I think it always makes it better when the crowd's really engaged. And for me, you tour in Australia, you don't just take on the 11 on the pitch, you're taking on the whole country, and I think that almost adds to it when, like, the crowd's really big, really loud, really getting into it. And yeah, hopefully people will come out and support the women's game just as much as they have done the men's game and the Big Bash and all of that this year so far, and hopefully some more record crowds for the women's Ashes.
The last couple of pink ball tests in Australia have seen some big runs, whether it's Smriti in 21 or Ellis Perry in 2017 against England as well. How excited are you? You've spoken about how not wanting to look at your double century as an achievement. Would you like to do something once again like that?
Oh, I mean, as a batter, you'd love to score runs anytime. So yeah, certainly. You never go out to bat thinking you're going to score a double hundred. I think that's probably the first thing to ending up back in the pavilion. But I'd absolutely love to contribute in this series in any way I can. I think the pink ball tends to do a bit up front, but then kind of. Sorry, I'll say again. The pink ball tends to kind of do a bit up front, but then it can go a little bit soft for a little while. So yeah, it's one of those where you've got to work hard and get yourself in. But if you get in, then you've really got to cash in.
Got a great 2024 in terms of the ODA format as well, and this being a ODA World Cup year, how important is to start the year well and then keep the momentum going forward for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a really big year for us with the Ashes and the World Cup, and yeah, the 50 over format is something that I'm massively focusing on at the moment. And yeah, like I said, I just really want to contribute to team wins. So yeah, no better time than the Ashes, I guess.
You spoke about standing in short leg. Is it about time some junior took up the job from you?
I have been trying for quite a while now to get out of short leg, but Heather keeps saying I keep taking catches, so in I go. But you know what? I think as someone who only bats in Test match cricket, if you can get a role in the field where you can bring energy, you can provide a service, and you can add to the team, you absolutely have to take it, because the bowlers do the hard work. The bowlers, absolutely grind their bodies into the ground, and as I cannot bowl, there's nothing I can do about that. So the only way I can show my attitude for the team is get the pads and the helmet on, and try and get under the batter's nose, I guess.
While the multi-format system was worked very well so far, I spoke about a three-test series. Down the line, some point, would you love to see a three-test standalone Ashes? Whoever wins, and then a white ball separately. Is it something that you would want to see?
It's really tough to kind of say what the perfect format is. I think I would love it to one day be a Test match series again, but I think it's such a long way off. We don't play enough Test match cricket for that to be the true reflection of who is the better team, England or Australia. I think until a lot of teams are playing, and you're playing kind of 5 to 10 Test matches a year, you can't have a standalone Test series,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I do think I'd love to play. Well, I'd love to play more Test cricket. A
It-
lot of us would, and I think more in the Ashes would be good.
In terms of what you just mentioned, the one of the biggest news for this WFTP was the West Indies are going to play a Test match. Just mentioned the one of the biggest news for this WFTP was the West Indies are going to play a Test match. Uh, how would you like other teams also take it up, even if it is for the time being a multi-format series?
I think the multi-format series is a great way to get people playing Test cricket. You're already out there. It adds maybe a week onto a tour, and it's a way to get teams into it. And yeah, absolutely. I think I saw that on our Future Tours program, and just thought how good to go play a Test match in the West Indies. To go play in India last year was amazing. I'd love to play one in Pakistan sometime. I just think, Sri Lanka, I think, could be one of the toughest challenges with the humidity. I remember keeping wicket there, and like my whole gloves came off, like inner glove as well. So it could be pretty grim, but I think that's kind of, as a cricketer, you grow up watching all the tests, particularly like the men's game. So yeah, for me, I'd love to just play one everywhere and see a lot of people playing them.
Coming back to the Ashes once again, it's been a packed schedule as we spoke about, and it's a trend that we are seeing in the last 3 years. Maybe you've been in the other end of it. From there to adapt to what it's been rapidly transformed, how has been you able to cope up, and in terms of planning for the team as well, how important is that?
Yeah, the schedule's tough. With the ODIs, there's pretty much a travel day in between, and in Australia that means like a flight and all the bags and all of that, and it just kind of means that you've got to hit the ground running. You've got to be really resilient. There's no time to go and have a net and work on something. If someone keeps getting you out, you've just got to work it out in your mind and go again. That's life these days as a female cricketer, but I guess we wouldn't want it any other way. We don't want to go back to one tour a winter and a lot of training indoors. So we've got to kind of just get on with it. But yeah, I'd love to probably see a little bit of a longer series and a bit more build up. But that's an ideal world, and this isn't an ideal world.
Yes, it is. Last question before I let you go. England haven't won an Ashes for a while now. How desperate is a strong word, but how keen, how motivated is the team and you personally to get your hands on the trophy and take it back home?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all really motivated to try and get the Ashes back, and I think for us, I think Australia would say the same. There's the World Cups and then there's the Ashes, and they're the two things that you really want to judge your career on. I think for me and for the whole squad, we're desperate to get that Ashes back, but I think you can't be too desperate, because then you just go searching and you don't play your best cricket. And I think if we focus on us, how we've been playing the game and how we want to go about our cricket, we'll run the Aussies close, and it will certainly be a good battle, which I think for me is what you want.
Thank you so much for taking time to speak.